Man, I smell good. Those were my thoughts going through this entire past week. Every single day, I sprayed something on, and I thought to myself, man, I smell good. You ever have those weeks? You ever have those days where you spray something on and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks because you know you're the best smelling man in the room, that you just smell freaking good? That's how I felt this past week. So join me to find out exactly what fragrances I rocked in week number 31 of my whiffs of the week. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family? Hope each and every one of you had a fantastic weekend, and welcome back to My2Scents. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. So this past week, I sprayed on a lot of fragrances that just made me think to myself, man, I smell good. Sometimes there's just fragrances that you throw on and you're like, man, I don't care if anybody gives me a compliment. I smell like a walking compliment. Might sound a little weird, but the whole last week I was just complimenting myself. Before I get into what I was rocking this last week, do me a favor and throw me down your entire weekly rotation. Just like I say every week, if you catch a wild hair, I'm always curious and I always enjoy seeing what you guys rocked for your weekly rotation. But what was I rocking for my weekly rotation? Well, let's find out in today's whiffs and sniffs. All right, man, we got a buttload of rain this past week. Let me know, did you guys get a lot of rain? I mean, it like monsooned. I think there was one day we got like 5 inches of rain within like an hour or two. It was ridiculous. And Monday, it was raining. So I kind of wanted to put a smile on my face. And not like I wasn't smiling already, but I wanted to wear a layering combo. And I wanted to wear a layering combo with this bad boy. This is the new City Rhythm Frequent Flyer. So this is like a booster. So it's packed with Hedione. I believe there's Ambroxan in here. There's ICO Super. There's also some heliotrope. So, I mean, this thing is creamy, it's woody, and it's long lasting. And its sole purpose is to help your fragrances last longer. So what did I layer it with? Well, my friends, I layered it with Commodity Bergamot. Let me know if you guys can see the bottles better now. I have a light set up right here, so hopefully that helps. But man, I'm going to tell you what, this is a great layering combo. Now, Commodity Bergamot is packed with citrus, and you get some creamy citrus up top. You're also going to get some florals as soon as the heart starts rolling in, and a nice woody base. But this is a nice creamy bergamot. Reminds me a lot of Zaharoff Renaissance. And it also gets decent performance. I get about 6 hours total out of it. But you layer it with this, bibbity bobbity boo, you got magic, baby, because this will last another few hours, if not longer. I'm really digging this frequent flyer. The bottle is a fingerprint magnet, but I'm really curious to see what this will do for some of my achieving of fragrances in the longevity department. I think this will definitely help boost those. But this is a great combo, and I was smelling great. I was smelling like creamy bergamot, some clementine, some citrus, like mandarin orange. I think there's green mandarin in here. There's really nice green notes in here. I believe there's some vetiver in here as well, and a nice woody base. This just amplified the woodiness and made it just a little bit more creamy with that heliotrope that's in here. Fantastic combo. So Monday, regardless of all the rain that we were having, I was smelling like sunshine, baby. Rocket. Frequent Flyer from City Rhythm and Commodity Bergamot. Moving on to Tuesday. Guess what we had on Tuesday? Yeah, more rain. Man, it rained so much this past week. And I went with a new one. This one is from Samy Andraus, and this is Colonel. Man, I'm going to tell you what. And Mark, if you're watching this, I know how much you love Chanel Coromandel. It is a awesome fragrance. White chocolate, you have some rose and patchouli, and a beautiful vanilla. This is an inspiration of that fragrance, and it's really good. Really close, I just gotta say. But the one thing that this has over Chanel Coromandel, this lasts for freaking ever, man. I love what Samy did with this. The patchouli in this is nice and earthy. It's got some nice spiciness to it. The nice white chocolate and vanilla combo in this gives it a nice creamy edge. The rose in this gives it a nice floral and aromatic touch laying in the background. I love this fragrance. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna get Chanel Coromandel right away. I definitely want to pick it up, but this is gonna last. This is gonna do me for a little while. If you smelled or own Chanel Coromandel and you want something so your bottle, well, will last longer, this would be a good avenue. Pick this up, utilize this while, you know, maybe you're just trying to save your Chanel Coromandel for special occasions. These are way cheaper. 30 bucks, I think, for a 30 ml. I'm just gonna be honest, not gonna lie. This is so close to Coromandel. Very good projection, very good performance through and through, all the way around. This is a fantastic fragrance, very rounded, very well blended. Samy, good job. Anyway, so all day Tuesday, even though it was raining, I was smelling creamy and dreamy, rocking Coromandel, Colonel from Samy Andraus. Pretty much the same thing, honestly. All right, now we're on to Wednesday. Wednesday, I believe it was Tuesday, I got a package in the mail. Maybe it was Monday, from a brand, a house out of Kuwait. And that is Primera Perfumes. And the one I rocked on Wednesday was Prestige. So this is a really good fragrance as well. This, I'm actually very thoroughly impressed with Prestige. In fact, I'm pretty impressed with all of the ones that I got from Primera Perfumes. Prestige, this is a sandalwood fragrance. It's sandalwood, it's orange, it's vanilla, and it's got a nice creamy chocolate and a lot of beautiful dirty and clean musks. And when I say dirty, I mean like it's gonna be dark musks and clean musks. The clean musks really shine through more, but there is this nice darkness to this, a nice depth with the darker musks in it. But Prestige, nice long-lasting fragrance. This made it about 10 hours that day, though I did spray on my clothes. I would say 8 hours on skin, couple extra hours if you spray it on your clothes. But it's very unique, actually, and it smells really good. It made me think the entire day. I was like, man, damn, I smell good. I smell freaking awesome. And I did. I got quite a bit of attention that day. I had to run some errands. I had some things to do. I did a little bit of shopping and got a couple compliments. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Do I care? No, because I knew that I smelled good. You have to DM or email them for a price list. I'll leave all that info down below. I think these are $180 for a 100 ml. Not a bad price. It is a little expensive. Very, very high quality smelling juice, honestly. You can tell that Bader over there at Primera Perfumes is using some high quality oils. But all day that day, I was smelling awesome, rocking Prestige from Primera Perfumes. Moving on to Thursday. And Thursday, I went with a fragrance that I recently picked up, probably a couple months ago, actually. And Thursday was the first day where it felt proper to rock this fragrance. Started feeling like spring. And it's Nishane Ambra Calabria. I love this fragrance. I love it. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, a long time ago, I saw a review of this, and he spoke pretty highly of this. So does Dave over at Callie's Groom Room. And I understand why. I completely understand why. Because when you spray this on, you don't need to worry about getting compliments from anybody. Because you are a walking compliment, man. This thing smells fantastic. You spray it on, you walk out your front door. Doesn't matter where you're going, what you're doing. You're going to be the best smelling man. Because this is freaking awesome. Now this is going to have amber, of course. It's going to have a nice ambery vanilla, but it also has a lot of green facets. It's going to start out with some bergamot. You're going to get some green notes. You're going to get some nice spices coming from coriander. You're also going to have some nice green galbanum. Beautiful musks, a little bit of a woody base, but it's really that creamy, beautiful ambery vanilla. Once it fully dries down, I mean, this becomes beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful through and through, but I love the dry down. Also, what I love about Ambra Calabria, you can find it at discounters for stupid cheap. I got mine for, I think, $103 for a 50 ml. 100% worth a whiff and sniff. I will be putting out my rank list of my entire collection of Nishane later this week, so stay tuned for that. But all day on Thursday, I was smelling fantastic, rocking Nishane Ambra Calabria. Moving on to Friday, and Friday, well, it didn't rain, but it was pretty warm. I think it got to 73 on Friday, so it felt good. And I really just wanted to put on a fragrance that, well, I freaking love. So I decided to do it. And I went with Terence Hughes, and I rocked Homme. I love Homme. This is fantastic. If you love iris, powdery, makeup-y iris or orris, then this is gonna be right up your alley. The iris that's in Givenchy Gentleman, Gentleman Boisé, that Gentleman line is really good. I think this is so much better. I love what Aaron did with this Orris Concrete. You're also going to get some beautiful vanilla once it starts drying down. There's a nice creaminess flowing through the entirety of this fragrance because the Orris is not just powdery. It has a nice creaminess to it, adds a nice beautiful floral sweetness to it, adds a touch of like a spiciness to it, but like a nice clean and sweet spice, if that makes any sense. Homme is awesome. I get great longevity out of this. It's one of those that projects so wonderfully in the first couple hours. Perfect signature scent. For those of you, again, who enjoyed Dior Homme, the Dior Homme that had that beautiful powdery makeup-y iris, then definitely check out Terence Hughes Homme. It had me smelling great all freaking day. Moving on to Saturday. Well, Saturday, man, it was a busy day. I had a lot of stuff going on. I went and saw the Batman. It's freaking awesome. I had to go to a late showing because I was on a live with Ross and George Zaharoff and so many other fantastic people. Scott Aromatico hopped on there. So I ended up going to a later showing of the Batman. It's awesome. Most realistic Batman movie ever created. But you're going to have to go watch it. I'm not going to add any spoilers in here. Not going to be that guy. But I went with a green fragrance because it was like 75 degrees. And it's a green fragrance that I'm really looking forward to wearing even more once it actually becomes spring. And it comes from Etat Libre d'Orange. And this is the afternoon of a Fawn. Man, what can I say about this fragrance? There's three notes that I really want to, kind of pile drive into your craniums here. Rose, incense, and myrrh. And amongst all of those notes, tons of green notes swirling around. It smells like the woods. It smells like walking through the woods, but it's all the great and amazing smells that you would smell in the woods. And the incense and myrrh in this are very nicely done. They're clean. They're not overbearing. They're not overpowering the composition. They're blended very well inside there. And all the green facets and that rose. It's beautiful. This thing is earthy. It's green. It's got really good longevity, but projection, it's not huge. In the first hour, I get really good projection. And then it settles down quickly. And it becomes more of a skin scent. But that's okay. I might have become anosmic to it because when I was actually at the theater and I was buying my tickets, I got a couple compliments from a couple ladies standing behind me in line, and they asked me what I was wearing. And it's really interesting to say I was wearing a Etat Libre d'Orange the afternoon of a Fawn. They looked at me like I was Mr. Tumnus, like I was about to walk them into Narnia. But regardless, they did say I smelled freaking good. So, cool, that's awesome. Didn't matter because as soon as I walked in that theater, I already knew I smelled good. The afternoon of a Fawn, this is not always easy to find. I'm sure you could probably find this at Etat Libre d'Orange's website. But I got mine at fragrancebuy.ca. I signed myself up for the email list. So when this came back in stock, I knew and I could go ahead and buy it right then and there. That's what you got to do with this bad boy because as soon as it pops up, it pretty much disappears. Afternoon of a Fawn, fantastic, great green fragrance. If you like fragrances like even old school fragrances like polo green, things like that, though this is not that old school. It's got a classic touch to it, but it's very much a modern fragrance. Definitely check out Etat Libre d'Orange, the afternoon of a Fawn. Coming up next, and it's the last day of the week. It's Sunday. And Sunday, it was 77 degrees. Holy crap, Batman. And I went with a fragrance that I think is technically supposed to be like a fall-winter fragrance, but it did really well in the nice cool breeze. Even though it was hot, it was 77 degrees. I went and played some disc golf. By the way, I won. I kicked your ass, Jeremy. I kicked your ass. Anyways, not like he's actually watching this, but I went with a newer one that I just picked up from Happyland Studios, and it's Faun. I love the name of this. So if you guys have ever seen Flight of the Conchords, you would totally understand why this is called Fafa. But I don't know the note breakdown on this. I forgot to look, but it does kind of remind me of something. It's almost a little powdery, so I think there's some tonka in here. There might be some iris. It's sweet. It's spicy. It has possibly some rose in here as well. Maybe some fruity florals like ylang-ylang. It kind of has a little bit of like paisley sky sitting in the background. But this is really good, and I believe that this is, like I said, catered to fall and winter. But man, it did great in the springtime weather we were having. This is awesome. This is, again, a signature scent worthy fragrance. EJ, if you're watching this, I just have to say, man, you're killing it. All right, Cripple Creek, awesome. I just picked up Signature, awesome. That's a fantastic signature scent. Fafa, awesome. $42 for a 30 ml, $55 for a 50 ml. Super long lasting, super projecting, fantastic fragrance. My goal is to pick up every single Happyland fragrance because every single one that I get, I'm astonished. I'm like, how the hell does he keep doing it? This one, though, does have some similarities to other fragrances, which is fine. If anything, the fragrances that this does remind me of don't last worth a shit. This lasts for freaking ever. So it's not even worth me mentioning what fragrances this reminds me of, because it's like a smorgasbord. It's like a fragrance suicide, a whole bunch of different fragrances all packed in to one little bottle. But Happyland Studios, if you have not yet, get yourself a sample, guys. What are you doing? I'll leave a link down below to where you can go get samples of any Happyland Studio fragrance that you would like. Test drive it. Check it out. And definitely make sure that Fafa's on there, because I was smelling phenomenal rocking Fafa all day on Sunday. All right, there it is, guys. Week number 31 of my Whisk of the Week. Guys, I just want to take a quick second and thank each and every one of you, the Fragrance family, all of my subscribers, for all the love and the continued support. You guys are freaking awesome. It means so stinking much to me. This channel has grown so much faster than I could have ever expected it to. Thank you so much. It's all because of you guys. Thank you for accepting me into your fragrance family. Again, let me know what your weekly rotation was down below. Drop me a comment. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.